Good morning. I'm back again, and I apologize. I guess Monday morning you got to wake up, right? Get ready for the week. Anyway, thank you for coming back if you are, and if you're not, come back. And anyway, today we're going to speak about a famous island with a variety of animals, and that is Madagascar. Now you can see a beautiful picture, and boy, I'll tell you, as it starts to get cooler in the north. I mean, down here in Florida, it's getting a little cooler. Like today, it's going to be in the 80s. But, you know, when you are through our summers getting temperatures in the 98 range, boy, 80s is comfortable. The nights are much cooler, which is great. So anyway, here's why the Madagascar is cool. There's endemic species. Now, this is the lemur. Madagascar is home to all the world's lemurs, with over 100 species and subspecies. Now, this is why I restarted. I forgot to put this one in, and this is, you know, I love all animals, but I got to be honest. Some just, you go, oh, wow. So when I saw I didn't get that one in, I said, well, I'm going to have to shut down and start all over again. And I appreciate your support because I know it's what a pain in the butt. I used to be smart. Anyway. Okay, the next one to talk about are chameleons. The islands host more than one half of the world's chameleon species. Now, there you see our chameleon. And when I was a kid, because you love anything that changes color, and I even had a chameleon, probably more than one, when I was a kid. And after looking at this chameleon, it's like, thank goodness, you have a flashback to, I'm talking 60 years ago, 65 years ago. So you might say, is Jim losing it? Say, no, he's actually doing okay. So anyway, the chameleon, it's cool that it changes color. Now, within this group, there is the Berkshire micra. Now, much smaller, and he looks even more angry, but that's okay. Anyway, so there we go on that one. The next animal is the fossa. I know you're saying fossa? Fossa. Anyway, this unique predator resembles a mix of between a cat and a mongoose. Other than what they want to say it looks like, it's cool. And it lives on Madagascar. Now, the interesting issue here is we have what we would consider diverse habitats, which is neat because, again, it means you've got, this animal, that animal, all the lemurs in the world. Now, the nice picture behind me is also their coral reefs. And, we worry about coral reefs because of, in certain locations, due to climate change, maybe a little pollution, we are losing some of our coral reefs. And so it's nice, basically, to see this wonderful coral reef island. Okay, now we have a diverse of additional animals, and it is where the deciduous forests and spiny thickets, each hosting different species. So on this island, there's just, and it's an island which is pretty cool, but in other words, it's got different topography of the island where an animal would say, well, I can live here, but I can't live there. So that's kind of probably unusual on an island. You might say, if it's a relatively small island, it's going to be relatively similar throughout the island. But this seems to be and have different, I don't want to say sections, but areas that can host different animals, which I think is cool. Anyway, in the marine life, I didn't get too much into it. They have the whales, the humpback. I know I've done that on many, but one I didn't recognize the name. And it basically has, as I said, surrounding waters are rich with marine life, including humpback whales. Now, these are coelacanths, and it's a fish. And I know you're probably saying it's a fish. But again, the neatest thing we like to do is talk about unique animals, in this case, with a particular island. So there we go. They're looking at you, and he's a coelacanth and vibrant within, the vibrant coral reefs. Now, you know you have to get into this every once in a while. Conservation, despite being rich in biodiversity, many species are endangered due to habitat loss and human activity, making conservation efforts crucial. Now, I hate to say almost every video I do on animals in a certain area, in this case, an island, I hate to have to say that, there's habitat loss and accordingly species loss. So we're hoping as we get better at being good stewards of our environment, that we can help any animal that basically is endangered. So I want to thank you today. I'm keeping these a little short, only because I mentioned, I redid my network, and you make it better, but sometimes it takes you a while to kind of, how would you say, kind of get the bugs out. And I work on that every day. So, speaking of that, by the way, I know sometimes I pause because you're trying to make sure you don't miss saying something. But I am working on my presentation. It's going to take me a little while because, again, the lighting's not great and things like that. But I went through the unboxing of Ubiquiti, what we call a Dream Machine Pro Max. And this is my third EcoFlow, Ubiquiti. I saw EcoFlow and I'm thinking of it because we might have a hurricane coming again. And, that's the way it goes. And I think the hurricane season has shifted big time because usually we don't get storms this late. But anyway, so the Ubiquiti, I've had 3 Dream Machines, and, I keep upgrading, faster this, faster that. My internet connection's faster because of the equipment I installed. And there's just some good issues. I've got some more equipment coming actually tomorrow, which will hopefully even speed up. And the goal with YouTube, and it's not that I'm telling you anything, that they always tell you, the better image. And I've got a pretty good camera. It basically is a I'm sorry, I gotta look I got to look, but it's one of the webcams that Insta360 linked to, which is amazing. I have cameras too, but this is so controllable. You can vary the resolution, and it usually does a pretty good job. Now, admittedly, when I have the Insta360, the original one that I bought a year and a half ago, and then I bought this one not too long ago to try to upgrade, because again, you know, if you're going to spend the time to watch this, I'm going to try to do my best for you. And again, thank you for being here. And if you haven't voted yet, vote, because that's a good idea. You know, I hope we get through this. I mean, there's a lot of good people out there, and we don't want to have it where everybody's against one another. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'll leave that with you. Do your best. Make sure you vote. And again, thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.